I just wanted to talk about this pressing issue that I have with Arsenal and mostly around departures and selling and our academy. Like, Arsenal recently released their list of players that have been released, of the season, and that included some senior players, including Sterling and Neto on loan, Jorginho, Tierney, a lot of young players, obviously from the academy players that have come to the end of their pro contract or their first pro contract at Arsenal that haven't, made a mark at Arsenal. And in this video, I just want to talk about why this is a very big concern for me, why if Arsenal don't change this, it may come to hurt us in the future, the way that everything is moving around the league of different teams, and just what might be some solutions to try and help this. If you're new and you're returning, you haven't already hit that subscribe button, I'm on the road to 1,000 subs, smash the like button and comment down below everything you agree or disagree with in this video. Arsenal have released, a couple of players. Salah Adina, that I spoke about, was one of the players that I really like. Dutch international, I think he's 21 or 22 now. You saw him last season in pre-season, remember, looked quite bright, but wasn't able to get himself into the first team. And Arsenal do this a lot. We saw this similar to last season with, the likes of Kozia Dewberry, so Lionel Sousa, who got bought to Aston Villa, but for a cheap price, Norton Cuffy, Patino, where we don't really devise a good plan in terms of using the loan system to get these guys experience, get them exposed, and also exposing and developing them here, protecting their price with contracts to allow us to sell them. I see clubs like Barcelona, Best Academy, Ajax, Man City do it well, even though their academy system is a bit different. Chelsea, Brighton, where they use their academy well to sell. And you have to remember, that all comes out as pure profit. That all comes out as, good sales. And it's a good encouragement for young players, knowing that, okay, if I don't make it, the parent club, I know that I'm gonna at least get a move to a decent club and I can kickstart my career. It's really, really annoying. I think Arsenal need to devise a new plan. When a player gets to the age of 18 to 21, it needs to be, either there's a real pathway in terms of the position for the first team, or this is where they're at, loan system, sister clubs, familiar clubs and stuff like that needs to be sorted out. Seeing the likes of Chelsea, unknown to me, getting sold, and I know we have real talent and we're letting them go for chicken change or more time of it. Nothing. It's not good enough, because yes, don't get me wrong, a lot of players have to be released. I know there's a new crop of young talent in our team, 14 to 19, there's a lot of good players. No evidence of this is shown. You got Ethan, you got Miles, you got Max, who's been touted to come to the team next year. You got Salmon, the centre back, very, very good. Jack Porter, obviously, who's made his debut already. So you got a couple players there. You got other players like Brando Bailey, Anus, quality players in there. And it's been reported that obviously we're going to be investing into the academy, as I said in my previous video. So that's good. I saw a report today for Ritz Romano reported that Arsenal are in advanced talks to get Tog Nosey, I think how you pronounce it, is the former Juve head of scouting. He's probably known for scouting players for Juve like Dean Hodgson, Soul, Yildiz, for example, and obviously a lot of those players are either in that first team or have been sold for good money. So if that's the first step, that Berta's adding another person to his team, Jason Aito left his role, and if we're getting a specialist like that who has a good track record, it can only be good. I hope that he's able to either buy these players at a good age, young, develop them within the Arsenal system, loan them out, or sell them before their contract runs out, or develop them and make them ready for the first team. Pretty sure if Arsenal can key into that academy, which obviously they report they're going to invest into it, but also just how you'd manage the contracts, how you use the loan system, because there's another group of players next year that will probably be coming towards the end of their contract or 2 years, and we've got to try and utilize the loan system, development system, to allow these guys to either get sold early or to be used. Obviously we know Rosiak is the only player of that group whose contract's over that Arsenal negotiating. Obviously he's like a right back, central midfield type player, free kick specialist, very good technician. We'll be interested to see if he does sign, what's the pathway for him, or what Arsenal do. This is an example of a player that they might loan straight away, try to get some good experience, maybe sell him next year, who knows. In other news around Arsenal before I go, obviously Arsenal have completed the sales of Nuno Tavares to Lazio. Obviously that was a obligation to buy a loan last year, I think for about 7-8 million with a huge sell-on clause as it specifies, and obviously the sale of Marquinhos to, I think it's Crueza, I think I might pronounce it wrong, for 3 million. So we kind of cut even with him, another sell-on clause with him. That was a failed Edu Brazilian experiment. Didn't really utilize that market a lot, which I'm disappointed in. Obviously you've got Martinelli through Edu, obviously you've got Marquinhos, so one up, one down, not really good enough. Tavares, I've always liked him. Was very raw and rash when he came here. Obviously made a lot of errors in the defense, but I think on the ball he's supreme quality, and I think as he matures and grows into himself, I think he'll be a great player. Arsenal just need to do better at selling. I think if we help ourselves, I think we're at that last stage where, you know, once the likes of, you know, Nelson, Sambi Lokonga, maybe Vieira, Zinchenko get sold, and you get rid of those players that aren't necessarily the most value, maybe from next year we can kind of accelerate, you know, selling players of value and then investing that back into the squad, because we either need that investment for players, or we need some good young players that, you know, at the time of an injury crisis like last season, we have a lot of players that, you know, can insert in, step up, and maybe they make their own name, not just like the known ones, because we see that happen a lot in Barcelona. A known player will come in with an injury crisis and then they make it their own, and then they're in a situation where they can sell or buy. So yeah, comment down below. What's your thoughts on what I've said in this video? Do you agree that Arsenal need to, you know, really sort this out? And then obviously the players that got sold, and is there any academy player that got released that you really thought was going to make an Arsenal, or you're going to keep an eye on? And I'll catch you guys on the next video. Hit subscribe, hit like, comment down below. Catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.